I'm just saying, we ain't frontin', we ain't acting different in public. We keep it real, fuck what they feel, man, I'm just being honest. Even keeping it 99 is way too far from 100. Catch us overly blunt and overly blunt, yeah. Catch us overly blunt and overly blunted, yeah. Catch us overly blunt and overly blunted.
Yo, Overly Fucking Blunt Podcast. The only podcast where keeping it 99 is way too far from 100. It's your boy Chris X, man. Overly Blunt TM. And today's episode is actually honestly pretty special, I feel. I'm glad I finally got this person in on the podcast. I've been trying, I've been reaching out, I've been bugging. I've been on her steady, but I feel like this is someone that was important to have on the podcast because she's a soldier. First of all, she's out here just, she's just killing. Like, she's going what she's going through, but she's not letting that be shown. And we need more people like that. We need more people to inspire other people like that. Because if I was in her case, I would be depressed as fuck. I would be not being able to live. That shit would really affect me. Like, it really would. Like, I would let that shit get to me because I am. I can't even deal with medical shit like that. But she's over here like just shutting everybody up. Like, this shit not stopping me from doing nothing. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to keep prospering. Like, I'm going to fight this bitch. And that's the energy you got to have, because if you're throwing that energy out in the universe, that shit might go away. You never know. You never know what can happen. Like, you got to keep speaking shit into existence. And she's out here just, grinding, putting on for Compton, her hometown.
Hey, shout out to City one time.
Shout out Compton. We in Linwood right now recording this. But today on the podcast, I have Compton's very own Amanda. What's up, Amanda? How you doing?
Guys.
First of all, I wanted to say thank you. I appreciate your time.
Thank you for letting me
Because you didn't have to do this.
on.
I ain't shit yet, so I appreciate you taking the
Nah.
time.
Don't ever say that. You are shit. Like, that's one of, like, the main things, because, like, people are always going to discourage you from doing what you really want to do. So,
Right.
like, you have to, like, tell yourself, get up in the morning and be like, you that nigga. Like, bitch, you hella cool. Like, you pretty cool, bitch.
Yeah.
So, no, like, you are shit. You got to always know that. Like, it's really important. Like, just always know.
Yeah, because, like you said, you have to keep pushing what you want to do. And, again, man, you didn't have to do this shit. Like, you really didn't. And
Of course I did.
I feel like you already have a certain platform that
yeah,
you
like,
don't have to
a
look
platform.
out.
But still, it's like, at the end of the day, like, you guys are my peers. So I think it would be a real shitty move to
That's
sit
real.
here and be like, oh, well, I've already done this, and this, and this.
Yeah.
So I don't really have to do this, and this. And that's not true. I feel like when you grow as a person and you have a platform and you're doing all these things, the least you could do is still be yourself. Still reach out to people that are just like you. Like, you feel me? I'm not shit. Like, I'll be real.
Right.
Like, I'm a normal ass person. Do I have a platform? Absolutely. But does that mean that I'm better than anybody else? No. Yeah. I'm still the same person I've been since the beginning of all of this.
Shout out Amanda for being an A1
No,
A1
seriously
since
though.
day
That's
one,
good,
like,
it
really
just shows
though.
you, like, don't forget where you come from. You always
You
wanna go
can't.
back to
Like,
your
I don't
roots.
ever
You
want to
just-
be that type of person
Yeah.
that's like, oh, like, I have this platform, so I'm going to treat people different.
Right.
You can't do that. Like, I think that's, like, the main thing that fucks people up. You have to be humble. You have to be aware. Like, you know what? Yeah, I made it this far, but it's because of these people that I've made it to where I made it at.
Right.
And you feel me? Like, honestly, only a weak bitch would be like, oh, well, I'm too good for this. No, you're not too good for nothing. Like, you as a person, you have to be able to realize, like, okay, yeah, like, I have this platform, but you feel me? I still want to reach out to the people that I connect with.
Right.
You feel me? Like,
That's
I'm not,
real.
you feel me? Like, even just like when I did Homegrown Radio, like, people were like, oh, wow, like, you really go into different radios. I was like, yeah, but that doesn't change the person that I am.
You were on Homegrown Radio? Who's the host on that show?
Chuck D.
Yeah?
Which is hella cool. And like, it was the Homegirl Hour with Miss Bliss. And she has her own podcast, and it's hella cool. Like, it's amazing. Like, she's even interviewed like Ab-Soul, and like, it's amazing. Especially
I'll be there one day.
No, really, no, yeah,
You
like,
will.
absolutely, because that's the thing. Like, you gotta keep pushing. Like, anybody that knows me knows, like, I was always like, oh, I wanna work with Torrid, or like, I wanna be like one of the best plus size girls out there. Like, I wanna do this, and this, and I'm doing it now.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, you have to speak those things into existence,
Right.
and you have to believe in yourself. You know how many niggas sat up here and told me I was ugly, or like I was never gonna be shit? Like, none of that shit matters. As long as you
Yeah.
believe in who you are, that's all that matters. Like, you feel me? Like, stay prayed up, talk to God about it, because all this trivial shit in the world is just that. It's trivial shit.
Right.
If I can't touch it, I don't believe in it. You feel me? So why would I be angry over what X, Y, and Z has to say when I can't touch their hatred?
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, unless it's tangible, it's not real.
Yeah.
So fuck what they gotta say. Like, you gonna do you regardless. And that's like the biggest thing for me. Like, so many people still are negative and like, oh, well, that you're sick because you're fat and da-da-da. Bitch, no. Cancer has not,
Right.
like, realistically, my form of cancer has nothing to do with my weight. Nothing. It's a fucking blood cancer. It's completely different than
Yeah.
other shit.
Hey, people be on that Trump shit. That's why.
That's all it is.
And
bro.
alternative
They
facts.
want to be Trump so bad. Like, boy, if you don't go get a
Too early
fucking
for
orange
Trump.
spray, get a fucking orange spray tan, get a fucked up ass little toupee, and go on about your day. Like, I don't have time for it.
Yeah, but what would you say?
Hold on, Mary. Hold on, I don't interrupt you. Before we get deeper, I didn't introduce you. We got Marilyn on the podcast today, and y'all gonna be like, who the fuck is that? So I wanted to before you got deeper in it. Sorry, buddy. I didn't properly introduce you.
No, that's okay. But I wanted to ask you. So obviously, you have to work your way up to build that sort of confidence. So what would you say was your biggest help, your biggest inspiration to get you to have the mindset that you have now that a lot of girls seem to be lacking nowadays?
I think what it was for me is just I just saw how ugly of a person you can be if you don't love yourself.
Facts.
I used to hate, like, even on my
Sound like-
Instagram, like, there's a picture of, like, what I used to look like when I didn't love myself, when I was down on myself all the time, where I didn't believe I was beautiful. I didn't believe anybody could ever love me, because what a lot of people don't understand is that if you cannot look in the mirror and say, hey, I'm beautiful regardless of this, and this, you don't really love yourself. You feel me? Yeah, I'm big. You feel me? Yeah, I have like this, and this, but it's none of those things matter. None of those things have the ability to take away your beauty unless you let it.
Did you find that confidence zone when you found out about the diagnosis, or?
Fuck no. I was like this
been
way,
like that.
bro. Like, you can ask Dennis. Like, I've been like this for years. You feel me? Like, when I turned like 18, 19, that's when I really was like, fuck the sad shit.
Right.
I'm not gonna sit up here and be upset over this shit. Like, okay, if I don't like how I look, I'm gonna change it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, I used to always draw these dolls, and I realized that I drew them because that's what I wanted to look like. Big lashes, perfect eyebrows, nice face, all this. What did I do? I started to look like that myself.
Right.
I started to do my makeup. I started to be like, hey, I'm not even ugly. Like, I've been tripping because, bitch, you're not ugly. Like, and another thing, when I worked in downtown LA, like, I worked in the fashion district, and I'll never forget this model. She came in and she was just like, wow, like, you're beautiful. And I'm just like, bitch, who the fuck are you talking to? Who is you talking to?
Your
Like,
personality is what makes you beautiful, though, because you, like you said, you don't let shit get in your way of you.
and that's all
being
growth.
you.
Like, that's all a matter of growth. And like, cause this shit was not overnight. Like, my brothers and sisters can tell you, I was a shitty kid. Like,
Right.
I was very angry all the time, and I let a lot of shit get to me, and it changed the person I was. And then, so when I started to realize, like, this shit's not cool, like, you need to realize. And then also losing my dad impacted me significantly. Text her. Sorry. That's Nye. That's Nye. That's Nye. She's this amazing photographer. Shout out to Nye.
Shout
Okay,
out, Nye.
I don't know if we can do shout outs, but shout out to Nye.
Go for it, man. Shout out everybody. Plug everybody.
So it's at Cloud Nye on Instagram. She's amazing. Like, that's also somebody that I aspire to be like as well, because she's out on her grind. Like, she's doing her thing.
You have a lot of the same friends that before all this, before you got sick or anything, that
Absolutely.
that stayed along. And
Well, Nye,
supported?
she actually reached out to me, because she saw some things or whatever. But like, majority of the friends that I have are the same. Like, my best friends, like, you feel me, like Samantha, Wylette, Darla, and fucking just Daisha. Like, I have a top 5.
Right.
Like, that is my top 5.
You need that, though.
And those are the bitches that I've fucked with heavy since before this. And I think it's important to keep that with you, because there are a lot of bitches that will, like, even in the comments, like, oh my God, like, you're my best friend. I'm just like, bitch, I don't know who you are.
Right.
So, like,
no new friends.
yeah, no, really, like, because what it is people let this Instagram shit get to their heads, and it's not real. And that's what people don't understand. Like, I'm still a broke bitch. Don't ever get it twisted. Like, I work my ass off every day. I go to work. I'm still a broke bitch. You feel me? Like, I don't have all this money. Yeah,
Hey,
you feel me?
Putting in work though.
Yeah, like, I really am. Like, I'm doing a lot. I'm getting to it.
Yeah.
Because
even with that sickness.
Exactly. Like, I'd be at work throwing up. Like, I'd be like, hold on. Like, cover my register real quick.
Wow,
like, I gotta go.
That?
You have, like, for me, because I don't have nobody paying my bills for me.
Okay, hold on. Before we go deep into that, you're diagnosed with
Hodgkin's lymphoma stage 3.
Which for those who don't know is
it's a form of cancer. It's a blood cancer.
And for those that don't know about stages, what is stage 3?
I'm stage 3. Well, stage 3 is definitely not an early stage. That means that it was progressive already.
You found it at stage 3?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So luckily it has not progressed. However, my tumor did grow.
Oh, shit.
So that's why we're doing a different type of treatment, because the chemo was ineffective.
Wow.
But yeah, as for like going to work and stuff, I was on medical leave, unpaid at that, medical leave for about 6 months.
Oh wow.
And in that time, my friends did everything they could to keep me out the house, like to do stuff with me, to make me, because I don't like being in a house like that. Mm-hmm. Like, I like to be out. I like to get up, get dressed, be out, like have fun. And so, but I just missed working, because I work at LAX. And I'm a cashier. Mm-hmm. Point is, I love being around people.
Right.
I love making people's day. Like, if mind you, I work with people that fly. So it's like, y'all have a fucked up attitude. I could switch that real quick. And so many, like, I'm like, hi, sweet pea, how are you? They just be like, oh my God. I'm like, yes, sis, you look beautiful, yes. And they be so happy. And it's like, that's my main thing. And that's when I realized what I really wanted to do. And I just want to make people happy.
Right.
That's
like,
good.
Be an impact, like a positive one, like, because it's
one.
easy, like, it's so easy to impact somebody's lives. And I think that people forget that, like, just by smiling at someone,
right, yo, it's
like,
crazy.
You never
so
know
small.
what somebody's going through. Like one of my favorite, and that's another thing, like, I was able to connect with like one of my favorite female MCs, and her name is Reverie.
Mm-hmm.
And she follows me on Instagram now, and like, she posted this long thing about me, and I'm just like, wow, like, imagine somebody that you grew up listening to, somebody that you love.
I felt that connection just looking at your Instagram.
It was, oh, thank you.
To be honest, like I'll be on there, I'm like, yo, I can't be fucking just, I'm able, I don't got nothing wrong with me, and you over here happy as hell? Like, I can't be mad at life.
You have to be happy. Yeah. Like, that's like my number one thing. Like, no matter, that's like, if all I did in my life was teach people how to be happy, and teach people not to allow their circumstance to affect them, then I lived a happy life. And I can't ask for anything more. Because there are so many people that are like, man, yeah, like, I used to be mad at this, or I used to be mad at that. And, like, now it's like, well, damn, like, you know, like, she's dealing with this, so I have no excuse. Like, it's a lot. That's, like, the biggest thing. And it's, like, the same thing with, like, I've been able to meet my favorite artists through all this. Like, Kehlani. I fucking love Kehlani. Like, no, really, like, I love Kehlani. It's not even on a flexing shit or nothing, because I love her wholeheartedly. Like, that's really a friend.
Right.
And then when I met SZA at her concert, SZA was like, oh, wow, like, you're amazing. I'm just like, bitch, me, you. Like, that's crazy.
Do they know about you before you meet them?
I'm not sure. I know that Kehlani, she did, because, like, when we were talking, well, when she had reached out or whatever, like, you know, she was saying, like, yeah, like, because we know a lot of the same people.
Mm-hmm. Again,
Nye, she's friends with her or whatever. So it's like, as a collective, I just think that God worked his magic. And it's funny, like, the other day, like, we were talking about how, like, you know, we think that both of our fathers, like, made this happen for me. Because my dad, he died 5 years ago. Her father died when she was young, you know. It's like, it's just a lot of things that I think play into. Yeah, there are a lot of connections, and it's beautiful, and it's really amazing. Like, for everything to happen the way it happens. And she was like, you know, I have this theory, the same theory I have about myself, which is, you're no longer living for you. You're living to show other people that you can withstand all these things and still be strong.
That's exactly why I had to reach out. Exactly, because some people might need that. They
a lot, and
like people need that.
People do, because what it is like people become complacent, and people get stuck.
Mm-hmm.
People get stuck in so many things as people start to forget, like, I am a normal person. I've cried. I feel pain, all that. Like, I'm seeing my mother deteriorate. So there are so many things that I'm sad about, but that I don't allow to manipulate how I really feel about life in general. Because you could be sad. I'll never tell nobody, oh, don't be sad. No, it's normal.
Yeah.
And like my friends have to remind me all the time, because I do this thing where I'm like, oh, I'm being weak right now. And it's like my friends are the biggest support system, because they'll sit there and they'll tell me, look, bitch, you're not being weak. You're going through a lot.
Yeah,
like,
facts.
you're going through a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, and me being me, I'm just like, well, it's not that big of a deal. Like, it's fine. But it's like the reality of it is a big deal. And I forget that too sometimes, because
Sadly,
it's like,
it is. Sadly, it
I get so stuck in this whirlwind of, oh, well, I'm dealing with it this way, so it's fine. Like, I'm going to be okay. And then when I feel the way I feel, like today, for example, I'm in pain. But it's like, you can't let anything get in the way of you making a difference. You feel me? Like, am I super happy with my situation at the moment? No.
yeah.
But am I going to allow it to change my perspective on life as a whole? Absolutely
Like
not.
you said earlier, cancer can catch these hands.
Cancer could catch these fucking hands. Like, cancer got the wrong bitch. Like, it really did, because the thing is, so many, like, I get treated with City of Hope now. And so many people that I see there are just, excuse me, I had to take a sip. But so many people that you see there are sad. Like, they look like they've lost hope.
And you walk in there with, like, full of life and shit.
Bruh, I be twerking, happy as shit. Like, no, there's a video. Like, bro, I be lit. And, like, all my doctors know it. Like, all my doctors, all of the people that treat me, have treated me, they all say the same thing. Like, you are the happiest cancer patient, hands down, ever. And that, to me, that's a beautiful thing.
Right,
because,
it is.
And even when I got diagnosed, I'm just like, I'm glad that it's me and not a baby or an older person, somebody that could not handle it the way
that's so, like, not being selfish, to be honest.
No, yeah, because it's like they're in this world, and I think, again, a lot of people forget there's no room to be selfish. Everybody feels
I'm working
pain.
on that, to be honest.
Everybody feels pain, and to be honest, like, I'm very selfless to people that are selfish as fuck. Like, the very nigga that I fuck with is one of the most selfish people I've ever met in my entire life. You feel me? Like, and it's hard for me, because it's like, I feel like God has me in his life to break that.
Right, yeah.
And it's like, but even then, I have to learn that I can't fix everybody.
And that's good, though, because I feel like you're very honest with yourself as far as happiness just being a choice. Because a lot of people forget that, too, that even if you're going through stuff, that's not really a reason to be miserable or to be cold towards people.
You can't.
People forget that we need love. We need that positivity.
We need love. And I think what it is with this generation is, I don't want to feel anything.
Exactly.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You gotta give a fuck about something.
I don't care.
Yep.
I care. Let's be clear. I don't give a fuck about them negative comments.
Right.
You feel me? Because y'all are just being weird. But I definitely care about how people feel and the way people perceive things, especially also the way I'm perceived, because there are so many people that don't realize, like, I'm not just me anymore. Like, I'm a whole ass brand. Like, people recognize me, and it's for another reason now. It's not just me being a cool bitch, nothing. It's me empowering other people, and that's very significant to me. So it's like, when people kind of sit here and they, like, bash me, and it's just like, you don't even know what you're bashing. Like,
you don't know my story.
You don't. And I thank my followers so much for that, because they be going in on these motherfuckers. They be like, you don't even know her. You don't know how she...
Yeah.
You don't know what it's like.
I seen you giving you shit when you were at that tour party. Like... Yeah, like... I seen your comments, like... That shit was stupid. That shit was getting me hot, too, to be honest.
Yeah, it's like... Because it's like...
If it bugs you so much, unfollow that shit.
Why? Like, why are you following me?
You choosing to look at this.
Are you mad because I'm on the popular page and you're not? Like, I didn't...
They mad because you comfortable.
Yeah,
that's why. Cool. That's why, because you live in your truth and they ain't.
It's like, I'm happy within myself, but that doesn't mean that I'm complacent with where I'm at either.
Oh, yeah.
You feel me? It's one thing to take a picture in this little bathing suit, whatever. And I always joke in my captions too, like, I'm the cutest little whale on the beach.
You embrace, you live your truth.
Exactly. Like, I'm being honest with myself. I'm sorry that you can't be honest with the fact. And it's like, the main motherfuckers talking shit got a fat ass mommy or a fat ass auntie. Like, bitch, don't act like
not lying.
Bitch, don't act like...
You don't be talking like that to them.
Don't talk shit to me when your fat ass mama and your fat ass auntie have arthritis and diabetes and all this other shit. You talking... Bitch, your mama is fatter than me. Like, what? I'm a fat ass bitch. Your mother, actually.
Yeah, but that
doesn't make it better either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And again, like, people are so quick to be like, oh, you're unhealthy. Well, shit, duh. I have cancer. I don't think anyone that has cancer is healthy at this point in their life. But before the cancer, I was fine. And people, like I said, they assume that because you're bigger that, oh, you're this, you're that. No. Being bigger is just that. I'm bigger. It doesn't make me uglier than you. And I hate niggas that are weird too, that be like, oh, you real fine for a fat girl. You're a weird ass.
Wow.
Because or you got the niggas that like think that because you're fat, like you're just gonna deal with shit. I'm just like, boy, if you don't know, I got like 10 other boys on my line that are bigger than you that are like you know what I mean? Like it's right, like it's that stigma of like, oh, she's fat, so she's like, she has low self-esteem, I could fuck with her and da-da-da.
Yeah,
nah, I'm
that's
not
true.
the one. Like,
That's true though.
Exactly.
That's very true.
Because I'm definitely not that type of broad. Like, if it don't work for me, then it just don't work for me.
You just have to let them know sometimes. You gotta remind them really quick.
So yeah, no, you do. You for sure have to remind them. Like, look, bitch, like I'm not the one.
Yeah. But I think all of what you're saying is just so significant to me, especially as a female, because we need more empowering females like that.
Talk your shit, man.
No, we seriously need more females that understand that when someone tries to put you down, that's just a reflection of them and their insecurities. So they're going to try to find something within you to put you down about, and you're just not going to let them. You have to be strong. But not a lot of people have found that within themselves to have that strength to say, you know what, whatever you say or do doesn't faze me because I know who I am.
Yeah, and that's
powerful.
like, sorry. That's like the biggest thing. It's like, because people will try to knock you down, and you can't let them, because they don't know who you are. Like, they don't know shit about you. It's easy to like judge a book by its cover, like, oh, this fat bitch. Okay, yeah, I'm fat, but like I'm also pretty smart and well read, and me personally, I feel like I'm very accomplished for my age, and like, what other 23-year-old do you know that has been a People or Latina or fucking Vogue, all this other shit? A fat bitch. I'm a fat bitch, okay? I'm a fat bitch in Vogue. Like I was a whole article was written about me. So it's like when people talk shit, it's just like, I mean, you could talk all the shit you want, but like at the end of the day, I'm still breaking molds. You know, whether it not be the way you want it, it doesn't mean that it's not happening. And I think that, like I said, people get lost in their own sauce. People think that because they don't like it, nobody else is gonna like it. Bitch, I don't care if you don't like it, because there are about 47,000 people that fuck with it. So if you don't want to fuck with it, you don't have to fuck with it.
Yeah, like numbers talk.
But no, they do. They really do. And it's like one of the videos, and it was for Viva LA. It has over 9.7 million views.
Word?
That's 9.7 million people that know who I am and know what I'm doing and support what I'm doing. And that's like the biggest thing for me.
Where can people see that at?
It's on Facebook on Viva LA, or you can just honestly, literally, if you Google Amanda Ramirez, 23-year-old cancer, whatever, like different shit will pop up, like all the little articles. Yeah, like it's everywhere, and it's pretty cool. Like especially for someone like me, that I'm just kind of like, I was always like, oh, because
I feel like you always had that voice though for something, you just didn't know what the something was.
Yeah, like. Because, like, when I was little, like, mind you, I have 10 older brothers and sisters. So I always felt like I didn't have a voice. Because it's like you have all these brothers and sisters, and they all kind of treat you like whatever. Yeah. So it's kind of like I was always timid. Like, I wasn't timid, but, like, I didn't ever feel like people really gave a fuck to, like, really know about what I'm talking about. So when I started with my Instagram shit, I'm just like, wow, like, people are listening. And then when I got sick, I was like, at first, to be honest, I didn't want to share my story. I didn't want people to feel sorry for me. But I was like...
Were you really, like, hurt when you found out? Like, it really affected your whole... your whole person?
To be honest, like, I cried. My best friend was in the room with me, and his name is Jay Will. And he has his own Instagram following and everything. He has, like, 170-something K or whatever. And he does skits and stuff. And he's amazing. Shout out to Jay Will. But, yeah, like, he was with me in the hospital. And he was sitting with me, and, like, I told him, I was like, yeah, they just told me I had cancer. And his automatic was like, okay, bitch, and, like, you still bad. Like, you're still bomb. Like, we still about to pull these niggas. Like, what's what is that about to stop? Like, you right? Like, no, really. And that's when I was like, you right. I'm still about to get that a little bit. Hold on, where my lashes at? Like, because clearly, right, like... And the thing is, like, I was bald before cancer anyway. Right. So, like,
popping though.
That's why, like, I was just like, that's another
Amber
thing.
Rose
like,
inspired or not?
No, yeah.
Oh, really?
No.
You know, I actually just talked about that the other day with somebody. I feel like when a girl cuts off her hair really short, it's a statement. It says something about herself. Like, it's very powerful.
It's very powerful. And like when I cut my hair, I think that God had me do it because I was chilling. It was literally last April, and I was laying down on the couch, and I was just like, I want to cut my hair.
How long was your hair?
Maybe like here.
To the shoulders.
Like wavy. It was pretty. I have really pretty hair.
Mm-hmm.
But
that should be looking nice too without just how it is right now. We all wavy and shit.
It's
That should
like,
be fresh.
it's cool, but like I'm tired of having hair already. Like I
like it.
I miss being bald.
It fits you.
Yeah.
It
You're
does.
so bold.
It does.
Little bold. I'm like a little bold pistachio. I was looking at the like one of my coworkers, Lex. She's like, you look like a little pistachio in the water. I was like, a what? And then I really looked at a pistachio. I was like, that's me. That is I. But like, yeah, like when I cut my hair, I woke up out of a nap and I was like, just cut my hair, and I went bald, and I was bald, and then it's funny because I had hung out with my best friend Arlene like the next day, and she was in love with it. She thought it was great, but this little boy, like, he walked up to me while I was at like this little bus stop, and he just looked so sad for me.
Aww.
And like he assumed I was sick, and I'm just like, no, I'm okay. But little did I know, the cancer had already been in my body since before then anyway. Mm-hmm. I just didn't know. Like, so that was just proof to me that God really just be like, because I know that if I wasn't bald before that, I would have felt some type of way. Mm-hmm. Because I'm just like, damn. Like, and also, like, to be honest, I've been wanting to I wanted to be bald since I was like 15. Right. But when I was with my ex, Michael, I was like, yeah, I want to cut my hair. And I was like 21. And he was like, what the fuck? Like, you're going to look like a bowling pin. Damn. And I was like, rude. Bro, this nigga never wanted to see me shine. Like, he was so jealous.
That's
like,
why he's your ex.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, no, seriously. Because, like, honestly, like, I realized that he was very insecure. And, like,
he brought you down.
Yeah, he did. And he would make me feel like I was a negative person. And I'm not. Like, I never realized how positive I was until we weren't together anymore. So it's like, yeah. And then I was like, it's funny. The very first picture I uploaded with my bald head, I was like, yeah, I look like a bowling pin, but all these niggas still want to knock me down. Mars. And I just felt so much more free and so much happier, like being bald. And I was like, this is way more lit than I ever imagined.
Yeah.
And then to find out that I have cancer, I'm just like, oh, well, damn, sis.
Yes.
Shit,
sometimes you don't see the signs until later on. You just connect the dots. And you're like, damn, I know shit before I even know shit.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool. I'm just like, damn, like God really, he came in clutch with that shit because throughout everything, you know, then I had different company. Like when I cut my hair, my Instagram went crazy. Mm-hmm. Like I woke up to like 4,000 new followers.
Word?
I'm just like, well, damn, like
over a haircut.
Yeah, I mean because
let me
like
cut my shit.
when I had hair and everything, like yeah, it was pretty. But I think that when I cut all my hair off, like you could really see my face because like I'm not ugly. Like I have very strong features. Like I have really high cheekbones. Like I have this tiny little ass nose that bitches would pay for. I've had people ask me like, yo, who's your surgeon? And I'm just like, bro, if I could afford plastic surgery, a bitch would be. What? I'd be slim thick stripping. What are you saying? Like, nigga, I'd be at AOD fucking shit up. What are you talking about? I'd be making autobans. But yeah, like I realized, and then also like being bald made me realize, like, damn, like you're kind of pretty. Like, bitch, you kind of lit. I like this.
It gave you that confidence.
It gave me even more. Like I was like, I'm cool. Like this is one. Then I saw after I cut my hair, all these other bitches cutting their hair. I'm just like, hey, it's lit.
You influencing people.
Yeah, you're inspiring everybody.
It's a beautiful thing because it's not just being cute.
Mm-hmm.
It's you're not. A lot of these girls on Instagram are getting all this shit for being cute. You feel me? Like I'm not trying to hate on nobody, but you got like bitches like India Love that are just popping because they're cute. There is no real message that's being conveyed. There is nothing real.
And then
they're not really
speaking about that, because earlier you also said that you came back to Instagram when you had a purpose to come back. You didn't just come back just for no reason.
What I had chose to do, because like I said, somebody had hacked my Instagram and was posting really just fucked up shit. You're on my Twitter? Oh my god. This nigga's on my Twitter. Good lord. Anyways, hi Twitter. Hey guys.
I mean, we're talking about
gang.
IG somewhere. Let's show
Right.
some love.
I love Twitter, by the way. Twitter's my shit. But
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
my favorite.
I love Twitter.
I decided to go back on Instagram when I had a real message to convey, and then I was like, I'll do it then. And then that's when I was like, you know what? Yeah, like I really want to help women understand how to love themselves, and I wanted to help them know that it's okay to love yourself. Not saying it's okay to be complacent.
Yo, women is the shit, man.
Women
Y'all
are
run
amazing.
this motherfucking world.
We do.
Y'all run this bitch. Y'all really
But
do.
you know what? I will say this. I think men don't get enough recognition, and I say this because like I have 5 older brothers,
We ain't
and
shit.
there are a lot of women that just bash men all the time,
Right.
especially on Twitter. You have these fucking Twitter feminists, and it's like, bitch, when the club gets old and your pussy's dry at like 35, you're gonna wish you had a man and a family.
Exactly.
And I think
Bad. Yo, that's crazy.
It's,
Whoa,
no,
I
it's,
never
it's
thought about
real
it like that.
shit. It's real shit because bitches are quick to be like, oh fuck these niggas, they're not shit. But it's like, sis, when you want a baby, you feel me? That bitch that's your best friend and she telling you how niggas not shit and she ratting on your nigga,
Right.
she not gonna get you pregnant.
Mhm.
You're not gonna have a family, you know. And people don't understand just how vital it is to have respect for men. It's easy for women to sit up here and bash a nigga like, oh fuck that. Okay, yeah, but and then again, like people kind of want you to just be like, oh yeah, it's cool. Niggas not shit. That's not true. A lot of men are still growing. We're in our 20s.
Facts.
There
Thank
is
you.
no, and I don't care who the fuck says there is no 21-year-old nigga that knows exactly what he wants.
Yeah.
There's just not. And the thing is, it's true. Men mature a lot slower than women. So maybe we know what we want at that age, but men don't. And you can't be angry at a man for not knowing what he wants at that age. Because when a man is not secure financially or just in general, he cannot be for you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And that's kind of where I had to like realize shit. Like, I love somebody very much, but I know he's not secure. I know he's an insecure individual, and he's always going to project negativity onto me because he doesn't love where he is, or he doesn't live who he is at this moment. That doesn't mean he never will. That just means sometimes you got to give niggas space to grow.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And it's okay to not be with somebody. And it's okay to be by yourself. And being by yourself does not mean you're ugly. Does not mean that you're not attractive. It does not mean that you're not a good person. It just means that you are growing, and you deserve that space to grow.
It's just not your time.
It's not your time. And I think that women get so caught up in this whole facade of
Like, I'm 24, no kids.
yeah,
yet,
like
not
relationship
married.
goals, all this other shit. And it's like, my relationship goal is to be with somebody that is secure.
A partner.
A partner.
Yeah.
Somebody that I can share my goals and aspirations with and won't sit up here and look at me like I'm
Speak
crazy.
that shit, yes.
And this is also like how I knew that the person I was with was not for me, because like I would speak up on all these black issues, these brown issues, and he would just kind of sit there like, man, whatever, that's not even for you.
Is he white?
Damn.
God no. I don't date whites.
You officially OB podcast.
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm sorry.
It's fuck white people. It's like-
Yeah, no, white people need to stay over there. Like, I can't. I'm
Thank
not
you.
a fan. I'm sorry. Like, you feel me? Some of them are good people,
Yeah,
but
some are
like,
good.
just I think as a whole,
Right.
I just don't. I can't. It's very hard for me to like. Nah, I'm serious. I can't
So
even.
this guy, this ex of yours was black,
yeah.
and he was saying that shit's not for you.
He would be like, oh, well, that doesn't, because I would tell him like, oh, always be safe, and da-da. He was like, man, I don't dress like a hoodlum, and da-da-da.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
he was a square. So he thought like a lot of the black issues didn't really pertain to him, but it's like, they do regardless. A nigga's still a nigga. A Mexican is still a Mexican, no matter what way you fucking spin it. They will still look at us. You feel me?
Right,
we can
yeah.
have degrees,
Long as-
and we're still going
Yep.
to be what?
You could be the
Shit to
richest
these
dude.
people.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's when I realized, I'm like, this is not for me. Like, this is not for me. So I can't be with somebody unless they're like intellectual, unless they know what's going on and
Yeah.
they're aware. Like, I can't even. I tried to date a Mexican. I can't do it. It's just not for me. Like, I realized that like from a very young age. Y'all cool. Y'all real cool. You feel me? Y'all the homies forever. But I can't. Like, it's just not my wave. Like, I think people are built for certain people, and I'm not built to be with a Mexican because so many. Like, I'll never forget. I had the worst experience with this nigga. What is his name?
Don't
What
put him
was
on
his
blast
name?
right now.
Why not? It's
Don't
kind
give
of
him clout.
funny.
Don't give him
All
clout.
right. But this
That
nigga was
one guy.
that one guy. He was a mess. Like, machista crazy.
Oh yeah,
And
you can't.
That's big in our community.
Yeah, and I can't fuck with that because like I'm very strong and level headed. You're not about to tell me what I can and cannot do because I'm about to tell you I'm going to do it. So me vale verga lo que dices.
Shout out my ponchos.
Pero,
Me vale verga.
no, de verdad, me vale verga lo que dices. Like, oh, no quieres que yo haga eso? Oh, pues, no, pues, well. Pues I'm still gonna do it. Like I'm still like my own dad never even told me no. Like, y'all got me fucked up. Oh, you can't do this.
Yeah, like, who are you?
Bitch, cancer can't stop me. Fuck you think you
Yo.
can? Like, you sound crazy, my G. Like, you.
Yo,
no,
cancer
it's a no
can't
for
stop
me.
you.
You really tried it. I'm just like, no.
How long have you had cancer for?
It's gonna be about a year.
Oh shit, so it's
August
fresh.
23rd. Yeah, it's a little new
Oh,
bitch on. It's a new bitch on the
shit.
blog. You feel me? She's pretty new.
She's testing the water too.
She is. It's
But
cool,
you out
but
here-
like, it's. I don't know. It's new, but I feel like I've been here before so many times in this life. I feel like, and I always tell people this, like, I'm drawn to sadness and melancholy. So when I got diagnosed, I'm just like, okay, this is like the sad of the sad.
Hey, but let's shine some light on that because it's like, where are you from? Your background? Like,
Oh,
look
yeah.
in the
Yeah,
city.
Yeah,
you're,
like,
you're born
I
and raised
mean,
Compton, right?
Born and raised in Compton, so
feel
it's
me?
like, you know,
Just some light. Just some light.
It's just a lot
yeah,
of
so I was
Compton,
born and
man.
raised in Compton, and went to all Compton schools, all that. So, yeah, like, and then also I was actually told that because of my environment, that made my risks that much higher because Compton is an industrial area, especially where I was living.
Mm-hmm.
So, all those things matter, like where you live, your surroundings.
Your resources.
And also where I used to work. I used to work in downtown LA in the fashion district. All that smog in downtown LA, like all those things can make you sick.
Mm-hmm.
And people don't understand that. Like, it's not your weight. It's not what you eat.
Stop hyping
I mean,
yourself
yeah.
up.
Like, I mean, yeah, it has to do with what you eat. But it's like, even me, like, I don't really eat unhealthy shit. Like, I never was the type to sit up here and, like, indulge in, like, all kinds of chips and ice cream and da-da-da. I don't even like sweet shit like that. So it's just like, well, damn. So when people troll my Instagram, like, oh, it's because you're this. I'm just like, I don't even like sweets.
How has growing up in Compton shaped you though, as a person?
Beautifully. I have to say, I'm very, very,
Real talk,
I'm
that's all.
sincerely,
Yeah, I can speak on that because a lot of people will just think, oh, you're from Compton, negative, like negative
yeah.
environment.
Oh, it's always a negative connotation when
Yeah.
you tell
I thought
them,
about it
oh,
like
I'm
that
from
too
Compton.
before.
But it's always a beautiful thing. in Compton.
It's a beautiful thing, and I'm so thankful for the life that I've been able to lead
Yeah.
because I'm extremely well-spoken, well-read, and, you know, just like Dennis, when he first met me, he's like, damn, like, you're really smart.
He
Yeah,
said
you're
well-spoken.
educated, but you have real life experiences too.
Absolutely,
you know, so
and
that's what
all of
shapes
those
you.
things shape me into the individual that I am. Because it's one thing, absolutely, to be book smart and you know certain things, you're educated about X, Y, and Z, but X, Y, and Z is not real life. And if it's not real life,
Yeah.
it's not tangible. If it's not tangible, then you haven't lived through it. And if you haven't lived through it, how can you educate someone else? The thing is with
You said you broke that
With-
down real quick.
no, really, because
Right.
I'm gonna start doing that. Every
Right,
time
like-
bars, we just start snapping.
Because
Got
no,
to.
really, and that's the thing with life. Life is educating all the time. You're a teacher, no matter what you do. And you know, like my friend Kai, like he was just telling me the other day, like, yeah, you know, like you're a teacher.
Teacher and a
You're
student.
a teacher.
Yeah, you are.
That's what life is. You are teaching. You're a student. You are learning.
Do you believe what
Life
you're like?
is
Do you believe the
always
light
learning.
what you're shedding light on right now with this whole cancer thing? Do you believe that's why you're sent here? Or do you believe that's
Absolutely.
your road?
I feel like my purpose in general is to inspire. No matter what it's for, just to inspire, to make the world a better place. Because I never want to live without being able to say I did this or I helped do this. And that's like the biggest thing to me is to be able to be like, you know what? Yes, what I went through was shitty because a lot of my life has been sad. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I had the best life ever. No. I lost my father. You know, I've watched my mother deteriorate.
What age did you lose your father at?
I lost my father when I was 17.
And what was like, that took a big toll on your life?
It changed me personally. I feel like it changed me for the better as a person because prior to that experience, I was very shut off and standoffish, and I didn't really want to make friends, or I wasn't interested in that. And I never really told anybody that I loved them. And my father died without me telling him I love you more than once.
Yeah.
So that affected me tremendously, because that made me feel like, damn, I'm living this life without even giving love. And that's something that changed me completely, because after that, now my friends always know if they get a random text and it's a big ass paragraph like, I love you, you're amazing, all this other shit, I go out of my way to tell anyone that I care about. They know that I care about them, because that's my biggest thing. I will never leave the day without telling someone that I love them, because that's a very strong thing to not. And also, I didn't get a lot of love as a kid like that, so I want to give love because I didn't have it. And because I didn't know what it felt like. I think this is the most love I've ever gotten in my entire life. I was with a nigga for 4 years and I didn't feel love. Wow. So it's like, this is the most love that I've ever got in my life. And it's a beautiful thing to be able to grow and to manifest that love back into the universe. That's like the biggest thing for me. I just want to give the world love, because this world needs it so much, because it's such an ugly place. And people don't understand just how much love is important.
So who inspires you? Because I know you inspire a lot of people, but who are your biggest inspirations?
Jay-Z. Jay-Z is my biggest inspiration, like, for sure, like, hands down. Just as a mogul, and like what he does, and like just how he uses his platform to. Oh, and also Farrakhan. Minister Louis Farrakhan, like, that's like my biggest.
That's unexpected. That's unexpected. Talk your shit about Farrakhan. Farrakhan, I need you on the podcast.
Yeah, Farrakhan. Anybody that knows me knows, like, Farrakhan. That's my shit. Like, I love Farrakhan wholeheartedly. Like, that's somebody that I would fucking back up to the ends of the earth. Like, Farrakhan is amazing. Farrakhan, he's all about the indigenous people. He's all about, like, all that, like.
What was that rumor? Did you believe that whole thing that he got what's his face killed? The Elijah Muhammad killed?
No, absolutely not. Elijah Muhammad was our prophet. He was our prophet in the flesh. No, I mean,
I'm sorry, not him. Malcolm.
X.
Yeah, Malcolm. No.
The biggest thing, and this is how people, again, this goes back into people being ignorant and not knowing anything about the Nation of Islam. It is such a peaceful religion. It's militant, yes, but if anybody knows anything about this world, for anything to be, for you to really be able to get your point across, you gotta be militant. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Why the fuck do you think every fucking country has a military? You have to be militant for you to be taken fucking seriously. Think about it. These are people that have went through genocide. Black genocide is a real thing. It will always be a real thing.
Yeah, still.
And people,
indigenous genocide is real.
Exactly, absolutely. And people seem to just only want to shine light on Jews. Oh, they went through this.
Yeah, because they're the white ones.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's be clear. All the Cesar Chavez's of the world, all the Rosa Parks of the world, all the fucking Malcolm X's of the world, these are all people, whether anyone chooses to acknowledge it or not. Come on, Farrakhan. I don't care what nobody says. Elijah Muhammad. This is like the biggest thing. You tell me another fucking leader who has had he has a whole economic platform to make.
He has a blueprint.
Yes, the economic blueprint. He has a whole fucking Elijah Muhammad. He had a book. How to Eat to Live, to make sure you never get sick a day in your life. And that's the thing. People are so quick to shed negativity on that shit, but it's like you're only throwing negativity because you don't understand.
They even give the nation a negative connotation.
Absolutely, because it's like,
they're terrorists.
They're terrorists. They're not. They're some of the most peaceful people. Yeah. Listen, Muhammad Mosque number 54 in Compton, over here. It's like it's family. It's family. It's beautiful, and it's calming, and it's a great thing. So it's like, I hate to hear people talk shit about Farrakhan.
You identify as Muslim?
Absolutely. No, I don't have a religion. I wasn't like, my mom was very adamant on us not having one because she wanted us to grow up and think for ourselves.
That's
my mother.
Mine was opposite.
My mother was my mother was raised Catholic. She didn't believe in none of that shit. She was like, it's all hypocrisy.
That's how I felt about
very smart. My mom, bro.
Bubbles just got popped.
Right. My mom is very smart. Like, and I'm thankful for having the mother I had, because Shorty is smart as fuck. Like, when I tell you God is in that woman, God is in that like, bruh, she's fucking smart. And she always told me, like, don't depend on nobody for nothing. Like, you need money, you go out there and you get your money. You want to get married? Always have your own bank account. Always have this. Always have that. She taught me from a very young age to be independent and what independent meant, and to be yourself no matter what. She's like, puedes ser puta, pero ser puta con clase. Anything you do in life, do it with class. Do it with poise.
Yeah.
So that's like my number one thing, and that's another person that inspires me. My biggest inspiration, for sure, hands out, is my mother, because she battles till this day, and she still has a smile on her face. She has cancer. She has lung cancer now.
Oh wow.
So but she had breast cancer when I was a baby. She has renal failure, congestive heart failure. She has a lot going on, and she's tough as fuck. Like, my mom is. She's one of the funniest, toughest.
Do you think that's where you kind of get that from? That personality?
Absolutely. My mom is a chingona for sure. Like, she's la mera mera chingona.
Yeah.
Like, and she'll like
You're
whenever
like
my
chingona.
friends. Yeah, no, really. Like, she'll like whenever my friends would meet her, because I never let a lot of my friends meet her, because my mom doesn't believe in friends.
Wow,
my mom told me that
crazy.
at an early age, there's no such thing as friends.
Yeah.
There are companions, there are classmates,
Co-workers.
there are people that you will get close to, but there's no such thing as friends. And if there are, it's only about 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah.
And so she, like, that's something she instilled in me at a young age. You don't get me wrong, like, I have a lot of acquaintances, but like I said, my friends, that top five, like, those are my bitches. So it's like with my mom, anytime, like, I would bring a friend over, she's like, I'm the queen of the bitches, just so you know. She's like, you think my daughter's a bitch? You haven't seen shit.
That's dope.
My mom was like, my mom.
She would scare all your friends and shit?
Oh, my friends were always like, damn, like, your mom is real as fuck. Like, she's real cool. So, yeah.
Your mom's Compton raised too and everything?
No. My mom, I don't know. Unfortunately, like, the thing is, I don't know a lot about my mom like that, in that aspect. I know she grew up in Lincoln Heights. So I have stories of her fighting cholas and, like, all kinds of shit. So, like, you know, I know a lot of that, but, like, my mom was also kind of more of just, I just want to raise you guys. Don't worry about what I went through. Don't worry about this, and that. Just know that you come from...
And life got real hard once your dad passed for her, or no?
Yeah, because my dad was her best friend. They were together for 40-something years.
Wow.
They weren't married,
Oh,
but they were
shit.
together for
Damn.
years. Like, he would wait for her when she got home from dialysis. He would wait for her. He would be smoking his little cigarette, waiting for her, and... he would know to put it out like 5 minutes before she pulled up, because she, pinche cabrón, tú ya sabes que. So I'm just like, oh shit, what goddamn. So that was her best friend, and that's another thing. I won't settle for anything except being with my best friend. They showed me what real love is.
Right.
He loved her.
My parents are doing right now, to be honest.
Yeah, like he loved her till the day he died, and I know that she's gonna love him till the day she dies, and she misses my father immensely, and. That's another thing. I feel like because of losing my father shaped me into the individual that I am today, because I'm very loving. Super loving. Like, I'm so corny and cheesy, it's annoying. Like, I'm super loving to the max. Like, if I love you unconditionally. Right. And I'm an unconditional lover. Like, and I think, not to sound fucked up, but I thank my dad dying for that, because had he not, I wouldn't be shit as a person.
As sad as it is to say, shit happens for a reason.
Absolutely. And, like, I know my dad would be proud of me, for sure. Like, he would be proud of me, because one thing he told my sister, I remember, like, I didn't even know he felt this strongly, but, like, he told my sister one day, he was like, yeah, you know, he's like, she's really rough around the edges. He's like, but she has such a pure heart. She has such a pure heart. Out of all my kids, she has the purest heart. And I didn't know that till he was gone. So those things, like, that changes you as a person. And, like, and even going through what I'm going through, sometimes I'm just like, damn, like, I don't have parents. I have a mom, but, like, my mom's not there. It's like she's there, but she's dealing with her own shit. She can't even fathom to be there for me. You know what I mean? Like, she's sick.
She's so overwhelmed.
How did she take that when she found out, like, you're going kind of through a similar thing as her?
She was very upset with me for not telling her. I didn't tell her till, like, December.
Oh,
I mean, I figured, like, why do you really need to know? Like, I'm bald anyway. Like, I didn't want to be another burden.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, I was looking out, and then, like, when I told her, she just cried. And me being me, I'm just like, if you cry, I'll never come see you again. Like, I'm never gonna, like, I'll never visit you in this little place again. Like, I'll block your number. I was like, I will never come see you. I was like, so don't cry. And she went, okay, está bien. Ya no puedo llorar. And she didn't after that. But I know it hurts her. I'm her baby.
You're the only one of your siblings that
Had cancer?
has cancer?
My sister Cindy, she had cancer. She's a breast cancer survivor.
Do you have?
I have 5 sisters and 5
Shout out my
brothers.
Mexicans. That many kids out
All
here.
these kids.
Sisters and five
Oh,
brothers.
wow.
5 sisters, 5 brothers.
Damn.
It's
That's
a lot,
beautiful.
and I'm the youngest.
That's a squad.
And
You don't need friends.
That's the whole
really.
team.
I mean, yeah, but I'm also not close to them like
Oh,
that. I'm
yeah.
closest to my brother Danny and my sister Jennifer for sure.
Is Danny the
But
one you posted about on IG?
yeah,
Yeah, he's cool.
that's my twin. I look
Yeah.
just like this nigga. But
So they don't even reach out like, oh, how you been, how you doing, because you're
Um,
sick and all that. They don't.
it's kind of
But even then, is it even genuine?
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah.
I feel
When
like
because
I
I
have to.
remember like I went off on all of them in a group message because we have the group message of like all of her kids where like we'll talk about my mom like, oh, you know, she wants you to go visit her, she wants this, da da da. And like it seemed like they didn't give a fuck until she got really bad and until she had to be in a home. So I got really upset and I was like, and me, I'm very emotional, and at that time I didn't know what was going on with me. So I allowed my emotions to get the best of me, and I was like, y'all are all fake as fuck. I don't want to be a part of this dumbass fucking group chat. Don't none of y'all give a fuck about mom. No, ain't none of y'all was there. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, y'all only give a fuck when she in a hospital. So fuck off. Like, I don't care. Like, leave me the fuck out of this shit. And then a couple months later, bam, I have cancer. And I think that because of the way that I approached that, they were all kind of like, well, shit, if we approach her, she's gonna think it's fake. You feel me? Like, my oldest brother is there. Yeah, like, he helps out with all my medical stuff. Like, he makes sure that, like, the ball is moving, the ball is rolling, and that I'm okay. But they don't really be reaching out like that. And the thing is, I like it better that way. Because deep down, they know that they're wrong for the things that they've done and how they are. And I don't want no fake shit. I don't want no fake love. I don't want no fake, support. I don't need it. I have, again, over 47,000 people that support me every day.
Yeah.
I have my group of friends that support me every day. I don't need nobody who pretends to be my brother or pretends to be my sister when it's beneficial to them.
Yeah.
I don't want it. You feel me? Like, my brother Danny, I owe him the world. And I won't stop until he don't have to work. And he'll never know that because I don't like to tell that nigga nothing. You know, I'll be like, stupid fat bitch, I hate you. But, like, but that's just our relationship. And that's, God knows, like, Danny is a lot like my father to me. In my eyes, he's always been the father figure for me. So, like I said, like, everything I do is for Danny, is for my sister, you know, is for the world. And it's like, more than anything, I just want to make my big brother proud. Like,
That's your eldest brother?
No, he's 28, 29.
Okay.
And he's who I do it for. He don't know that. He'll never know that, but he's who I do it for.
And
like,
you guys have been close since you were little, or
we're not close. I mean, like, it's sibling shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
we have our beef, but like, I know that if I ever need anything, he's there. You know, he's the one that was there for me that entire time. I wasn't working. He was taking care of me. He got mad when I started back working because he's like, no, you can't work. And I'm just like, bro, shut up. Like, I need to do this. So because of that, because of me deciding to work, we don't live together no more.
Oh, he got that. You got that upset?
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, you got to understand, like, I'm his little sister.
Yeah.
He don't want me to make decisions that can potentially hurt me.
Mm-hmm.
But me being who I am, fuck what you got to say. I'm the one going through it. And that's
Right.
the thing. I guess that's when I was selfish and I didn't realize he's just looking out for me. But for me, I have to be independent because if I feel like you're taking care of me or if I feel like everybody else is doing it, what am I doing for myself? And cancer is a very crippling disease. It'll make you feel like everyone hates you. It'll make you feel like you're just a problem to everybody and everything around you. And
Sadly,
it sucks.
yeah,
It sucks.
I can see, yeah.
And it makes you, and then you have niggas that like will potentially like you, and then the minute they find out, like,
Is that really that really happens often?
yeah,
Like they like you until you find out what you got, and it's like, oh, like they feel like it's like they're gonna catch
feel
it or
like,
some shit.
no, they feel like, oh well, shit, damn, now I feel sorry for you, type of thing.
Right.
And I don't want
looking
that.
at you as a person. just
Yeah,
a regular
and that's the
person.
thing. People don't look at me as a lot of people don't look at me as a person. They look at me as a walking diagnosis. I'm not that.
You're a queen.
Cancer,
Fuck
exactly.
that.
Like, I'm a person. I feel everything. I'm not just cancer. I'm far beyond that, and I've always been more than that. And like, it does suck. I mean, there are pros and cons to this of everyone knowing who you are and everyone knowing all this other stuff, because it's like, damn, yeah, people know who you are, but people don't really know you. That's another reason I I choose to do different interviews and stuff because every interview is different. Everything, you get a different piece of who I am. So as long as people know the real me and know that I'm not just this girl that has cancer, that's like my biggest thing. Because like I said, Dennis, he's known me for a while. What was your first impression of me when you...
She took like the whole attention of the room. She just took it, and she just like, because I had it. You feel me? You know.
That's funny because he is someone that lights the room up too. But then you just.
And she took it away. So it's like, I gave it to her, and it was all about the students that day. And I could just notice it. Like she said educated, but it's like you're well spoken and your experience in life.
You just have that energy. You have very positive.
I just met you
energy.
today.
No, I really did just meet you today, but
it's totally fine.
Yeah, you could definitely see it, and I feel like people sense it when you're a real person. People can know it without even having to talk to you.
Yep.
So that's why you have such a strong following, and you have so many fans that love you. Because
that's like the biggest thing. Yeah, they're so cool. Like, and they're like, "Oh, I'm your biggest fan." I'm like, "You're not my friend. Like, you're my supporter." Like, I don't like to call them fans because it's like you guys aren't my fans. Like, you guys are my supporters. Like, you guys are my support system. Like, the very first day I had treatment for this new shit, the Produxamine or whatever the fuck it's called, I was on live getting treatment and I was talking to everybody because I didn't have nobody there with me. And like, hey, if you guys are here for me, you'll be here for me through this. You'll see through this. And I think it's important for everyone to kind of just remember that I'm still a normal person. Because it is easy for people to get lost in the sauce and be like, oh, well, all these followers, you don't really need this and that. But I'm a real person. I need real love, too.
Yes.
And I think that a lot of people are selfish and they just think, like, oh, well, you don't really need da-da-da. But I do. Like I told you, like, I never felt real love until, this. And that sucks. Because I can't sit up here and say a nigga really, like, has ever treated me like, oh, like they really loved me or nothing. I can't say that my ex loved me. I think that we got comfortable being with each other, and that's all that is.
That's what happens a lot of times, actually. Though.
It happens a lot.
Just get
and I can't do that. Like, I won't allow myself to do that. Like, I just want to. That's one thing I do look forward to is getting married one day and like having a family, because when you have doctors telling you, oh, you might not be able to have kids, right? Like, because of this and that. I did have hope throughout all that. Like, oh, I'll have a kid if God wants me to have a kid. But then you do these treatments, and even these, they tell you, like, oh, this kind of really does lower your risk of having children. Because it messes up. Chemo, first of all, chemo is death. Chemo is what kills you. Chemo is some shit. I'm glad that I'm bigger because... And even my doctor said that, like, it helped you not get as sick as most people. So when I have people like, oh, you haven't even lost weight, da-da-da, like, I had somebody that I work with. I don't even know who said it exactly.
Oh, my gosh, man.
It was word of mouth, and they were like, oh, well, if she has cancer, why hasn't she lost weight? I have lost weight, but on my terms. You should be thankful that I'm not losing weight because of the cancer. That just goes to show that I'm not dying, that it's not affecting me as negatively as it has others, and that's because my weight is helping me battle. You think this pain I'm feeling wouldn't be more severe on a smaller person with a smaller build? Absolutely. But no, I have all this fat that's like, bitch, keep it pushing, bitch. We got it. We're good. So I'm fine.
And it's just like pain through your whole body?
Oh, yeah. It's like
from toes to head.
Even me doing this is painful. Like, me touching my breast like this is painful. And I'm just like, I have to just get used to this because there is nothing that I can do and there's nothing that I can take that's going to take this pain away. And I don't want to be all drugged up.
And you were saying that the CBC, that shit will not work.
The CBD oil, no. All it's going to do for you is help with your appetite.
Because when you're on chemo, you don't have appetite? Or you don't have one?
When you have chemo, it's like, ugh. You're drained. You're drained in
every... That's a good way to put it on. Spiritually, you're drained?
Spiritually, physically, everything. Mentally. Every aspect, you become drained. And I think for me, I would sit there and I would talk to God. Like, I would have nurses come in there like, are you okay? Like, I'm good. Just chopping it up with the homie. Like, I'm good. And I would talk to God every day because he's the only one that's there. He's the only one that's really seeing what's going on with you. It's draining. Yeah. Chemo changes your emotional being in the most ridiculous way. I was never clingy. I was never eager to get attached to anyone. Chemo made me extra needy to certain people in my life. And I didn't know how to deal with that. I still don't know how to deal with that because I'm used to being
independent process.
Exactly. I'm very used to being by myself and independent, and now it's just like, damn, like I miss this person or I want this person, and then that changes how I feel about my mom too, because there are days where I'll stay up crying and be like, damn, like I want my mom, but then reality is she can't be there, and that's when you have to kind of sit up and look at life for what it is. No, she can't be there, but there are thousands of other people that are there for you, whether you acknowledge it or not. And that's when I had to kind of wake myself up and be like, look, don't be mean and don't knock the support because you're not used to it. And I had to really like do that because I'm not used to so many people liking me. Yeah, even at El Camino, hella bitches didn't like me because I feel
like I said, you're comfortable with yourself,
exactly.
And girl, they don't like seeing that. They hate
exactly
because they can't be like that.
Mad and people are like, oh well, like you think you're the shit. And I'm just like, why shouldn't I think I'm the shit? All the shit that I done been through in my life, with all the shit that I've been through in my life, I'm glad that I can be this way. Yeah, because I've been through some shit. I've been through some shit. I done lived in a car with my mom and my 2 siblings, not having a real house for a couple months, like some shit. And I'm still here, I'm still smiling, I'm still able. And it's like a lot of people don't know that. When I was in elementary, when I was in like middle school, all that, everybody thought I had money because of the way that I carry myself. Or like, no, I've been broke. Like, and it's the way that you carry yourself, it's what you do. And it's like, people don't really know what anybody else goes through. And I think that this whole thing taught me just to be a nicer person and to be less judgmental and to never sit up here and be angry at life, because everything is a blessing no matter how harsh it is. Like, life is a harsh blessing. And that's like the quote that I came up with, and is everything in life is a blessing, even the harsh ones. And I actually want to get that tattooed. Life is a harsh blessing. It is. There is nothing in this life that is easy. Nothing. Everything in this life is painful. Everything alludes to death.
Discomfort.
And exactly.
Ooh, everything alludes to death.
Everything alludes to death. Flowers die. You feel me?
That's deep.
Like,
that's really
fruits, they die. Everything dies. Yeah. And that's what brings us all together. And I think people are like so quick to like be negative towards death, but it's like, death is beautiful.
I heard a speaker the other day actually say, he said, people are so focused on living their lives like they're trying to survive it, but the thing is nobody ever has.
No, nobody escapes death.
Yeah.
And I think that I'm drawn to that so much because it's like, people are always like, oh, you have this long life to live. I don't want to live long. And I've had this conversation with my friends and they all get very upset about it. But I'm going to be honest, I don't want to live long. Life is a drawn-out process. I've been through enough shit. You know what I mean? Like, I've been through a lot. And I've just gotten to a point where it's like, if it's my time, then it's my time. And I'm not mad at it.
What's the survival rate for what the
For what I have? Yeah. Oh, it's people survive.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. I'm just saying, just for me. No, yeah, but it's like, when you're getting told that you need a whole ass stem cell transplant for you to be cancer free, so you don't have this anymore. Okay. That's a lot. It's emotionally. There are so many people there are so many cancer patients that commit suicide because of how draining it can be. I'm not saying I want to die, but I'm not saying I'm impartial to it either, because I feel like death is beautiful. It's a beautiful death, and there's a song by Ab-Soul. It's called "A Beautiful Death." I think death is beautiful. I think that death is an ending to all pain, an ending to all suffering. Not saying that I'm suffering, but I'm saying I'm not going to sit here and be angry if I die. Like, just like I told all my friends, like, I'm ready. Like, not to say that I want to die now, but if that were to happen, I wouldn't be mad. And I wouldn't want anyone to be mad for me.
What about your goals, though? Like, for example, how would you feel, if you did die and you didn't get to do all the things you aspired to
then
do?
Then I was able to have a blueprint for someone to follow that. Because if you look at, like, my Instagram and how I'm dealing with what I'm dealing with, I got close to someone via Instagram. And she's the sweetest thing. She ended chemo in maybe December, and she died, I think, March. And that hurt because that made me realize just how real everything was. Because even though even though, yeah, like, there's great survival rates for what I'm going through, you don't know.
Like,
you know what I mean? There's not a real, like, oh, yes, this is fine. No
guarantee.
Cancer is cancer. Any way you spin it, it's still deadly.
Do you use poetry as one of your like ways to express yourself, or I mean, like, just to, I guess, soothe your soul in a way?
Yeah, totally. I love poetry. Like, I started writing one.
Spit it right here live on the podcast.
Okay,
give him some bars. Give
some
snaps. Give some snaps. Alright, spit them bars.
Alright, it says, I won't bend, I won't break. I will exude strength with every breath I take. I won't fold because my life is the greatest story to be told. Only a fool would let the cards they were dealt determine the way they felt and feel. I know my situation is real. I worry sometimes, but I know God has a plan. I'm just a woman with a voice, and to overcome every obstacle is my choice. Y'all play with your lives like toys. No Fisher, ain't no price on my head. Ain't no box that can contain me. Cancer don't define me, and a damn one don't shape me. It's just an uphill battle that I'm climbing. So fuck, I look like crying. I look so good, people think I'm lying. But I was a soldier before lymphoma, and I'ma be an even tougher one after. I'ma always fight the good fight with faith and laughter. Ain't no dream shattered, ain't no heart battered. I'm still me.
Compton's very own. Compton's motherfucking very own. Talk your shit, man. That was tight. So you're into bars. You were saying earlier that
I think for me, like, growing up, I was always into hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
I love hip hop, like, fully.
And it's big, and obviously you're from Compton, so
yeah, it's my
the
thing.
culture.
Like, that's for sure. That's my shit. But with writing, I've been writing since I was a kid. I like to sing.
Mm-hmm.
I love singing, but I think that I want to do harsher melodies. Okay. I want to put out hard stuff. I don't like sensitive things.
I met it in the trap.
Right. No, really, like because I think
60s.
Right. No, really, like, bitch, I be in the trenches, like, you feel
I like
me?
that though, because people wouldn't expect that from a female.
No,
so
and like
really dope about it.
And the thing is, like, I'm so soft spoken, and I'm like, I look like a sweet little kid.
Yeah.
Like, I look
when
so
you see
sweet.
her, but then when you get to talk to
like,
her,
that's coming out your
just
mouth.
like, well, damn,
shit.
like, oh my god, like, bitch, it's a little much. Like, bitch, you kind of crazy. Like, bitch, I told you.
People just forget that women aren't defined as one thing. So that when they hear you talk,
women are ambiguous.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I pride myself on being completely is I personify ambiguity. Because I'm not just pretty, I'm not just smart, I'm not just well spoken, I'm not just this, I'm not just a cancer patient.
You're not
I'm
in a box.
a lot of shit. I'm a lot, and I'm able
that
to
last one though, you're not just a cancer patient.
Yeah, I'm definitely not just cancer, and that's one of the biggest things. And it's like, for people to really recognize that, that's what makes me happy. Because, like, anybody that knows me and that has known me, I've had this big personality forever. I'm an infectious person. You can't not meet me and not like me. Or you cannot like me, but you a fucking hater, because I'm pretty fucking adorable. Like,
yeah, she hasn't changed.
I'm really lovable.
They either love you or hate you. It's
like,
no
yeah,
between.
it's like there's no
like,
between.
I just met you today. I just picked you up today to come through and do this, and it wasn't even awkward or nothing. It was just like, I feel like I've known you, and
that's the thing, like, to be approachable is, like, my biggest thing. And I'm so happy that, like, I'm approachable. Like, I mean, there's good and bad, because there are people that think they could just talk to you any type of way, and it's like, bro, no. We'll get you shot. Let's sit down.
That's what I love about you, though, because you're like, no, but then you're like, oh, fuck you. I got,
bitch, what?
Yo, you gonna get slapped
it's so
real quick.
funny. Like, I'll be at work, and, like, I'll have conversations with my coworkers and stuff, and then I'll be like, yeah, you know, that bitch, all weird ass motherfucker, and then as soon as somebody walks, oh, hi, sweet pea, how are you? And they're just like,
life's all about balance.
Absolutely.
No.
Like, I'm
really
definitely like that little happy medium of, like, ghetto and, like, super well spoken and, like,
you really, you speak really
see, it's
good.
funny, like, white people love the fuck out of me, but I hate them, so it's hilarious to me. Like, all these white people be leaving me, like, $10 tips.
You're my best friend.
Little do you know, I hate you and all that you stand for. Like,
so funny.
but life is beautiful. Like, that's, like, my biggest message, though. Life is beautiful. No matter how ugly things can get, you can still be happy. Like, you feel me?
People need to learn and understand.
That's what people have to learn.
Discouraged.
Don't be discouraged, and don't be a punk ass nigga either. Like, don't be a punk ass bitch. Like, don't be a punk ass bitch. Like, there is so much beauty in the world. If you dwell on negativity, you're a punk ass bitch, and I don't care. Like, I can't respect
Thank you for
somebody.
because I need to hear shit like that.
No, it's true. Like, and I tell my
friends.
friends, and I want my friends are brutally honest with me. Like, honestly, to keep it all the way lit, my friends are upset with me right now because, like, I'm dealing with somebody that is, honestly, he's draining. He's more draining than my diagnosis. Like,
but you see
God.
that, and you still stay around?
I see it, I recognize it, I acknowledge it, but in my eyes and in my heart, I believe that I'm meant to help him. So it's like, I know you can't fix everybody, you can't help everyone, but like when you strongly feel drawn to really help, and it's not even because I want to be with this person, you feel me? I've come to terms with the fact that we probably won't ever be together. I want to make him a better person for him, and he's trying, and that's what matters to me. I think that women give up too easily. Yeah. And we live in a world where women are kind of like, oh, well, he's not. Da-da-da. I'm like, okay, but he's still learning. And me, I'm just an unconditional lover. So if I love you, I love you forever. And it's hard to.
When do you stop loving somebody? Like, what they gotta do for you to be like, I ain't fucking with you at all no more? Like strictly you out of my life.
God has to tell me to leave them alone. God will tell me to do so. The same thing with my ex. He left me. Like you're gonna have to leave me for me to leave you alone. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, because my thing is, anyone that's in my life is because I'm meant to help them, or they're meant to help me in some way. I don't believe that anyone is put in your life just because. No, I think that this person that I'm dealing with because I'm helping him, and he's acknowledged that time and time over again. Like, you've made me a better person throughout this time, this time, and this time. You know, I don't know another person that's going through what I'm going through and still willing to put everyone before me. That it's a lot of effort. It's a lot to like really be like, damn, like kind of not shit, but I'm gonna stick around and help you be who you are meant to be.
You will attract a lot of people because of that too, that quality. People love that when they see someone else that's confident, sure of themselves, positive, all of that. So
people kind of need it. Yeah. And not saying they need me. No, not everyone needs me, because I'm harsh. Like, I'll call you out on your shit, like, oh, this is what you're doing fucking wrong. And that's another thing. If you don't pay attention to that, I can't. I won't put my energy, I will not flower, I will not, how do I say this correctly? I will not garden a flower if that flower does not wish to flourish or does not wish to bloom. I'm not going to sit here and put my all into something if
you're
it's not gonna. No, I'm not gonna sit like, feel me, like I'm not going to, because I go through a lot. And again, this is why my friends are upset with me, because I am going through a lot. And despite what I'm going through, I still, everything I have and every little last bit of energy I have, I put into helping this person. And I'm like that because I'm supposed to. If I was,
I've been seeing that too. Remember, I approached you to do the presidency for Girls Sisters to Sisters Club. I already knew like she could have like changed the whole narrative at the.
But it wasn't. I feel like for me, it just wasn't for me. It has to be for me. If I don't feel like it's for me, I won't fuck with it. And I'm very passionate in that. If I don't believe in it, I won't fuck with it. Like, that goes for radio, all that, a bunch of shit. Believe me, there are a lot of brands that try to like send me shit and da-da-da, but like.
So why'd you say yes over the blunt?
Well, one, because you were overly, you came highly recommended by Dennis.
Ooh,
and also, I love Dennis. Dennis is really, like, amazing. Dennis is very, very, like, I love Dennis. Like, Dennis is so cute. Dennis is really the one. But, like, oh, shit.
It's alright.
Okay. Cover my cleavage up. Can't be out here plotting and thoughting. No, yeah, I came up with that word 2 summers ago, man. Plotting and thoughting. That's my favorite word. Plotting and thoughting. All 2K17. All 2K. So it's been hashtag plotting and thoughting since 2015. Dead ass. Like.
So if it wasn't for the recommendation, it'd probably been a nah. Be honest.
Well, I mean, I just want to reach out to anybody that reaches out to me. My whole thing is, you have to put energy into those that put energy into you. You feel me? Like, the very first person that reached out to me in general was a blog called The Cut Life. And I would follow The Cut Life because it would be all these bitches with popping ass hair, like short hair. And they reached out to me. And then after that, Yahoo Beauty reached out to me. And when Yahoo Beauty reached out to me, I was like, oh my God.
You're lit.
It's lit. And then that came out, and then everything else started coming out, and then everybody else, like, I'm talking about, like, it got to a point where they weren't even reaching out to me. They were just recycling my story.
Wow.
So it's like, clearly you popping when they can't even really get in touch with you. They just want to be part of the wave. And that, to me, that showed me, like, damn, it showed all that I could be and all that I can still be. So that's why I chose, like, I have this little, it's an app called Podbean. So I'm not good with all this technical shit. So like, and I don't have the money to like, you know, buy all this. So I'm just gonna start off with my phone, and hopefully go to that and do that.
Yeah, but you have a kind of people were looking for it. They would look for it. Yeah,
which is cool. Like,
you can do more stuff with this. I think your work should be on a bigger level.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I wanna, you know,
kind of elevate it.
Yeah, like I want to do so much. And like another reason,
that's what we need you here, Amanda. That's what we need you here. Like, you gotta keep fighting, man.
Like,
Catch these hands with cancer.
Like, I think for me, like, a lot of the music that I listen to, like I told you, I love Black, the singer. There's a part of the song where he's like, you know, it's like I think it's like an interlude. It's either an interlude or it's like the outro to a song. And he's just like, you know, I see all these people, and they don't feel as much as I do. He's like, I feel so much, and I identify with that because I'm an empath. Like, I feel everything.
You're an artist.
Everything, like people's pain, I feel that on a whole other scale. It's not even just my pain that I feel everyone's. And that's hard. It's hard to be that way because it's like you want to change everything. I just want to change this world. Like, one of my favorite rappers, his name is G.O.D. He's from Boston, and in the part of the song, he's like, I just want to change this world, but it's so fucking draining. Because when you give yourself to the world, you don't get anything in return. And like, I have a part of a blog, and I'll read it to you. Like, it's my blog. It's called Beauty Without Size.
Where can they find this? Beautyaboutsize.com. Where can they find this?
Beauty Without Size. It's on, I believe,
Tumblr?
No, it's WordPress.
Okay.
I hate Tumblr. I hate Tumblr. Because Tumblr's so,
it's saturated.
It's oversaturated. So, like...
It's porn, basically.
It's... Let's see. Oh, you know what? Actually, I want to read you guys this. And it's like a poem to self, and it's called Why Aren't You Smiling?
Okay.
And
I
it says... I've lost you. Another piece gone. I'm sorry if I'm crying, but I don't know if I can carry on. Staying strong takes its toll on me, and I guess you can say I'm weak, but I don't see the light this time, and it's not a crime to feel this way. I'm not wrong for coming to terms. I'm not wrong for wanting to run across the bridge as it burns and it breaks and it takes its last stance. And in life we all have battles, and it's my turn to face the brokenness that I hide with wide eyes and happy smiles that tell fairy tales of I'm okay and I'm fine. I've found you. I'm sorry if I'm smiling too eagerly, but I feel like by embracing my pain and anger, I'm able to free my spirit. Maybe you're upset I'm screaming, but it's time that someone hears it. I'm not wrong for coming to terms. I'm not wrong for building bridges as my heart breaks and as my mind takes pauses to relinquish any angst caused by you. I see you. You aren't broken as I am, but pieces of you linger and fall every day. You seem to forget that I'm the piece of you that you need the most, the pain that you refuse to acknowledge, in the grins that you can't allow your lips to bear. I'm always there. In the moments where you feel alone and unworthy of love, I'm the laugh that you so nervously let out when something doesn't feel comfortable enough to cling on to. I'm not wrong for coming to terms. I'm not wrong for walking across bridges I've built and swimming in the spilled milk that you pretend you didn't knock over. I'm not wrong for denying your vices and wanting to stay sober. You see, I'm you. I'm the pieces of you that want to hide. I'm the vulnerability that tastes too bitter but that still subsides. In the cries in the middle of the night, I'm the strength that pulls you through, and every fire in you that ignites. I'm everything and nothing at all because we're still growing, and you like to confine yourself within these four walls, deny calls, and act as if though you're like, as if though you aren't upset at all. You're wrong. You aren't fragile, ugly, or weak. You're beautiful and filled with grace and mystique. No, you aren't perfect, but everything you feel has meaning. You're real and you're alive, so why aren't you smiling?
I like that.
And that's like a reminder to self, like, know what you're going through isn't easy. Know what you're going through isn't what you expected, but everything you're going through is making you the person that you are, and you have no reason not to smile.
When did you write that?
Actually, wow, I wrote that. No, wow. Let me see. Let me see. If I'm not mistaken, I wrote the day before my birthday. Yeah, I wrote it the 13th. My birthday's on Valentine's Day, so I wrote it the night right before my birthday.
Yeah, the biggest heart, and your shit's on Valentine's Day.
Yeah. So many people say that, like, oh, it's because this, and I used to hate my birthday because I felt like, oh, this is kind of annoying.
That makes sense. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, like my heart is so big and I feel so much, but sometimes I don't want to feel.
You used to say that I know today you didn't come out caked up or anything, but you say that makeup, you use makeup to help you
feel better
about your
deal
cancer.
with it. Yeah, because like cancer can make you feel ugly. Dead ass. Like it changes. Like it's made me break out. Like it's made me like have skin issues, and I'm not used to that shit. Like I was used to having like.
Your shit look good right now.
Right now, yeah, because chemo stopped. But during chemo, like I did have like little shits, and then like it caused like this treatment that I'm on. Like they were telling me that it's gonna cause rashes. I was like, ew, I don't have time for that, but okay. But yeah, makeup is everything to me. I love makeup. Like makeup was the one thing that made me feel beautiful before when I was younger, like when I first started college and stuff, because it made me feel like, oh, I am pretty. And not to say that with makeup I feel prettier than without it, because I feel beautiful just like this. And lately I kind of like how I look without it anyway. But makeup just is kind of, I like to be polished at all times. I don't ever want people to see me not at my best. And I think that's where that comes from. Because with makeup, it's like, it's perfect. You have the ability to literally look perfect.
You kind of rely on it though, don't you?
No, because like I can, like I said, like I can walk at the house like this and still feel pretty. Because it's like being pretty is not what you look like; it's how you feel inside.
Yeah.
So it's like if you feel pretty, can't nobody tell you you're not pretty. I wish a nigga would be like, you ugly. All right, bitch. Well, your mama's heart is ugly, and that's why your daddy left her because her heart was ugly. Because her heart was
so
ugly.
Deep with it.
Right? Like
I love the pettiness though. I love that shit.
You cut deep.
Like, oh, I'm ugly. That's crazy. That's why your mama and your daddy can't keep nobody. Okay, you're ugly. Your heart is ugly. Your soul is ugly.
Tell him, man.
Bitch, your left toe is ugly. Okay.
Cutting deep.
Well, Amanda, I appreciate your time. I want to thank you so much. You didn't have to do this again, but I
dude, yes, I did. I was able to meet really cool people. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, Marilyn. Marilyn is cute as fuck. I'm here for all her shenanigans.
I appreciate her on it because she gave a different perspective. You know, she asked some shit that I was like, okay, that's
for the women.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was a different perspective, so I appreciate it. Shout out everybody in this room, man. But thank you, Amanda. Overly Blunt Podcast, guys, every Thursday. Be on the lookout. Episode soon come.
Even keeping it 99 is way too far from 100.
Yo, we got to have part 2 soon or something, man. She gonna keep building. She gonna keep building. And when she beat cancer, she gonna be right here announcing that shit.
Yes. I'm gonna be like, yes, I'm cancer free in this hoe.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all. Overly Blunt Podcast.
Overly blunt.